guys, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, or if you're new, welcome. I'm Mand. So today's video is a little bit different because the last video I did at the start of this year, a lot has happened since, and the world has gone kind of scary at the moment. I'm not going to talk about what's going on because I think we're all sick of hearing about it and talking about it and listening about it, but whether you're in quarantine, self-isolation or lockdown, I'm not sure, every place is kind of different at the moment, but we're kind of self-isolating as much as possible. You know, we still have to do our shopping and we still have to care for others and things like that. But I said, instead of doing a paranormal video, because there's enough scary things going on right now, that I would do a list of things to do now that we have the time to do this. So let's get into it. So the first thing on the list, or the list that I made up now, a lot of these ideas aren't, I'm sure somebody else has come up with them, but they're just kind of ones that I thought of this morning as I was writing down this video, because it just, I wouldn't say it came to me, I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that have done this, but I just kind of want to add to it just in case nobody else has. But the first thing anyway on my list is practice gratitude. And I understand where some people be coming from, where they'll be like, well, how can we, you know, when there's a pandemic going on right now currently. And my thing is, and I agree with others that are saying it, is you still have things that you can be grateful for, you know, even if it's just 5 things you can be grateful for every day. Like if you're lucky enough to maybe still have your job to go to, or now that you have time, if you have kids, you can spend more time with your kids. That's something to be grateful for. You have a roof over your head, or food, enough toilet paper. Maybe you're one of those that prepped and have plenty of toilet paper, you know, be grateful for that, because I'm sure somebody has run out. There's just, the list is endless. So you can get a notebook or a journal or your phone, you can use whatever is handy to you, and write down things that you're grateful for every morning. It's a great way to start your day. The second thing on my list is reading. Now that we have the time, we can read all the books that we want, and I'm really talking for myself because I have a lot of books that I've been put off reading. I've ordered a lot of books, that's another video, but yeah, read the book that you've been putting off, or maybe you just never had the time. Now we have the time. Read it, get lost in that world, or maybe it's a self-help book or a spiritual, anything, whatever you've been wanting to read, do it. Or if you don't like reading, you can get Audible. I know it sounds like I'm sponsored, I'm not, but if you don't want to sit down and read a book, you can listen to a book. The third thing on my list is do the things that you've been saying you're going to do when you have enough time. So whether that's, oh, I'll put together that press when I have time, or the shelf, or the paintings that you may have got, or pictures, or maybe you want to sort a photo album. I don't know, we have like endless amount of photos that we need to sort through. Now we have the time, we can do that. Or maybe you're like me and you're like, oh, I really need to clean the car. So we have time, we can do that. We can clean the car and polish it and wash it. Make time for it now. You have the time, make use of it. Another thing that even I'm guilty of complaining about is not practicing makeup looks. I'm always making excuses, and now that I have time, I can do it. We can practice the cut creases, or, you know, maybe winged liner is a thing you want to practice, or contouring. There's a lot, you know what, there's a lot that I want to practice. Eyebrows especially, they're not my strong point, but we can do that now. So make use of it. If you're like me and you have a crap ton of makeup, we can probably use it all up in this time. The fifth thing on my list is playing video games. I absolutely adore playing video games, whether it's the PlayStation, mainly the PlayStation, or maybe even a Nintendo, whatever. If there's a game that you've been wanting to play but you've never had the time, we can do that now. I've been addicted to The Sims 4. I really love getting lost into The Sims and just creating kind of lives that I want them to have. And if you haven't played The Sims, go play it. You won't regret it. Well, you might, because you probably get sucked in and you go, oh, I'll only play for like half an hour, and like 8 hours pass by and you're like, oh. So yeah, that's just a fair warning there for you, but I love playing The Sims. But if you have other games that you've been wanting to try, the sixth thing on my list is maybe you've always wanted to try YouTube or making videos, or maybe something along those lines. We can do that now. TikTok seems to be a massive thing. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. I'll leave my information down below if you want to see all of one video that I've uploaded. But it's fun and it passes away again like The Sims, 8 hours of your day, if that's what you want to spend your time doing. So there you go, try it. You might actually like it. Seventh thing on my list, do I have to keep listing these? Anyway, is bake or cook. I've actually found a great love of baking. And not to sound a bit full of it, but I'm actually not bad, which shocks me because I wouldn't have considered myself any of those kind of things. But yes, I have made cheesecakes, I have made scones, I have made coffee slices, and I've even made a Madeira cake. So far so good. So yeah, I recommend baking. It's a great way of passing the time and you're learning a new skill. You can't go wrong there. If you're like me and you live in the countryside, we are fortunate enough that we can get out. So if you have that option to get out and, you know, walk, even if it's only 5 minutes down the road, just to clear your head, I would highly recommend doing that, especially if you live in a place that has like really nice views and stuff. Totally recommend. So not everything on my list is like you have to get up and do something as such, kind of. But binge watch the series you've been wanting to watch. Maybe you've been wanting to watch The Walking Dead, or okay, maybe that's probably a bad example. Maybe you want to watch some of the shows that a lot of people have been on about. I haven't watched any series yet, but I really like The Walking Dead, as you can tell, and I like The Handmaid's Tale. And there's just an endless list. If you have Netflix or Now TV, you have an endless amount of TV shows, or even movies. If you want to binge watch Harry Potter movies, they're a good one to start with. Or Twilight. Is that outdated now? Maybe I'm outdated, but you get the idea, you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I think one of the most important things on this list to do while we're in, I don't know what to call it, quarantine. We're not really on lockdown, and I suppose self-isolation to an extent, or social distancing. No, that's when you're out. Anyway, the important thing that I'm trying to get to is self-care. You know, take care of yourself. So whether that's taking a nap for half an hour, or maybe it's even just getting dressed for the day, not spending your day in your pajamas, or maybe for other people it's a face mask, or maybe it is getting to read the book that you want. I know this list doesn't always apply to everyone's lifestyle because everyone's different. Some have kids or other things going on. Maybe you're working from home, but you might have more time freedom than you did before. So you can just make kind of a routine or a schedule, I suppose is what I'm trying to say, of one that suits you, that you can fit these things in. The next one that is super important is doing a workout. I'm mainly saying this to motivate myself, but if you're in the same boat, hello, you're not alone. Doing a workout, we're all guilty of watching him on YouTube going, oh, I wish I was that, while eating our quarantine snacks. I cannot possibly be the only one. Maybe I am, but if I'm not, let me know in the comments below. But yes, try something, whether it's dancing for 20 minutes or doing yoga, or I have no idea. I'm sure there's endless amount of videos on YouTube of just different workouts you can do. And the last one on my list is meditation. Meditation is actually really good if you're feeling anxious about everything that's going on. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but I can't quiet my mind. It's not always necessary for meditation. It's really just about being still with it in yourself, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, just to really gather yourself more than anything, just to give your mind that 10-15 minutes, just quieten down, kind of gather itself, and it can do its thing and work away. But definitely would recommend, or maybe a sleep meditation, so you just pop on your video before you go to bed and subconsciously you're already taking it in anyway. So meditation would be a really good thing to try out right now, if at all possible. But like I said, you can adapt it and you can do a sleep meditation, or maybe you're an early riser so you get up before everyone else, try morning meditation. There is endless amounts of meditation videos on YouTube, so just type in your meditation and pick one that suits you. There you go, guys. That is 12. I'm just looking at my list there. That is 12 things to do while we're on lockdown, quarantine, self-isolation. I have no idea, but whatever your situation is, I hope these might make it a little bit easier. If there's things that I haven't mentioned that you are doing, please let me know in the comment section below. I would absolutely love to see what other people are getting up to while they're self-isolating or in quarantine or lockdown. I have no idea what to call this. You kind of get the picture, but with this whole thing that's going on in the world, I hope you're staying safe. Don't forget to wash your hands. I think we've all been told that 1,000 times, but here's 1,001 times. And with that, guys, I am going to leave you with a quote that Albus Dumbledore said, and it is, "Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light." I thought that's kind of fitting for everything that's going on right now in the world. But if you like this video, please do give it a huge thumbs up. Share it with somebody who you think might need to hear some of these things, or they might want to try out, or they need a list. And with that, I will see you in my next video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.